Okay, welcome to the Transmitter Solutions Automatic Door Hardware Training. We're excited for some of these products that we're going to show you guys, both online and then our audience here that we have. Feel free at any time to stop us and ask questions. For those of you that are online, you can type the questions. We have a moderator who will read the question out loud and then I will address it. And anybody in the audience here, we have a roving mic. If you have to, just raise your hand. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll hand you the mic and then we can address the question that way. Anybody online, feel free to type any feedback or any questions or anything that you have, and we'll address them to the best of our ability. Today we're going to focus on automatic door hardware, which doesn't sound too exciting. We're going to try to spice it up a little bit. We're going to show you some of the mag locks, strikes, power door hinges that we have, and power door transfer loops that we have. And then we're also going to talk about some more smart products, our BeKey product and some of the other smart products that we have for doors that we think will be effective for you. Before we jump into that, we wanted to make a few announcements that we have for 2017. 2017, we have some great stuff planned that are going to help you as our customers understand us and our company a little bit better and our product line, help you win more jobs, save some money, and really just get comfortable with who we are and how we operate. The first announcement is that we will be doing 4 trips this year, 4 big trips. We'll be doing more trips than that, traveling throughout the United States. Our first trip will be in February to Texas. We'll be covering some of the bigger cities in Texas. We will then go to Florida, probably Chicago, and then Georgia. So if you're around those areas or can make it to those areas when we're there, we'll be giving you dates and locations as soon as we have them, but keep your eye out for those. We'd love to have you come attend our little training and seminar that we'll put together where we show you some of our products. A lot of the products that we do trainings on we'll be able to show you live and give you some live demonstrations. So those will be good. Look forward to those. Then we also have our big trade show coming up, ISC West, where we have a good sized footprint there where we're going to be showing off a lot of our wireless products and some of our just historic products that we sell a lot of and that we're well known for. So if you can come to ISC West and stop by our booth, that's in April. And we'll get you booth information, all of those things. We've really made a concerted effort to make these trainings pretty good. We've increased our technology a little bit, bought some better equipment, and so we're going to kind of go along and see if we can't improve from the things that we were short on last year. So we're excited. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Like you can see here, we have behind me a table full of our products. I'm going to try my best not to just go down the line because I want to explain some of them to you in detail, but I am going to start on one side of the table and work my way down. We'll show you cut sheets on the computer. We can talk about them a little bit, but do know, and I'm not going to go through the price of every single product that we have, but understand that our price point on all of these products is just like what we at Transmitter Solutions have always done. We are very competitive on price. We have found that for most of these products, if not all, we are lower than our competitors by quite a bit, and so we can save you money. The warranties are really good, and they're just really good tested products. We're excited about them. Also know, I won't say this for every one of these, all of the door hardware, the electric strikes, and the mag locks are UL approved and fire rated, which is a big deal for you guys as installers. Just know that. I'm not going to point that out on everyone I talk about, but they are UL approved and fire rated. So let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to jump into some of the receivers for automatic doors. So you can see here that we're showing some of the receivers. I want to talk specifically about a few of them, about their functionality and features. The first one that I want to talk about is called our Hive DX. And again, if you have questions, stop and ask, and I'll address them the best that I can. The Hive DX is a receiver that we're pretty proud of. Like I said, the price point is extremely competitive, and the functions and features that this product has allow it to really stand out in the market, especially for you guys that are working on automatic doors. This is something that we would really push you towards. One of the great things about this product is the amount of programming that you can do with it and the different scenarios that you can apply it to. So we'll go through those real quick. Again, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on each product, just kind of go through them and give you an idea of what they do and how they work. The Hive DX is a 2-channel receiver, like you can see here in this diagram, that has a little LCD display with a potentiometer that allows you to change the programming. So programming on this is extremely simple. 12 or 24 volt AC, 800 transmitter memory. And this is going to it can talk to our 433 line of transmitters. the handheld ones, but also what it's mostly used for is for our transmitter modules that go inside push plates and things for ADA doors. So let's go ahead and look at some of the functions that this system has. Again, programming with that LCD display and potentiometer are extremely easy. And we lay out in our instruction manual, and I'll scroll down a little faster, we lay out in our instruction manual the different modes that you have. We have 6 modes that you can have, and I'll explain each one of them briefly. Mode 1 is dual independent outputs. This is your basic installation where you're opening 2 different doors, each door on separate relays with a push plate or transmitter like you can see here. That's going to be your basic setup. Mode 2 is switching network. And when you read the manual, you'll be able to see, if I scroll down a little bit, it tells you what the modes are. So it says for mode 2, you must program the transmitter on relay 1. The transmitter activates the relay 1 for a certain amount of time that you set. Then after that time, they activate relay 2. So what this mode does is it allows you to walk up to a push plate. You've got 2 doors basically. It allows you to walk up, push the push plate, activate that, and then it's going to set and trigger another one after a certain amount of time, which is an application used quite a bit for ADA doors. Do we have a question? No, we don't have a question. Someone just flipping me off in the audience, I guess. Mode 3 is the vestibule sequencing option. Again, I don't need to explain all of these because a lot of you installers deal with things like this and understand these concepts. But basically, this allows you to have 4 push plates and 2 push plates open one door and 2 push plates open another door, and then you can do a time delay. So you push plate 1, the first door opens, and then it waits for a certain amount of time before the second door opens, and you can adjust that time with the potentiometer and with the programming that's done in there. So you're able to use this on a ton of different applications, a ton of different scenarios, which we're showing you here. These are our basic 6 that we show in our manual. Mode 4, vestibule sequencing option 2, is when you'd have 2 receivers, basically doing a similar thing just with 2 receivers as the one above, so that doors 1 and 3 can open a door, and then doors 4 and 2 can open a different door, and each of them can be timed to allow the door to be delayed. So you push it and it won't open for a certain amount of time, or you push it and then the other door is triggered and will open after a certain amount of time. All just really good options for ADA doors. Latch mode explains itself. You push the transmitter module, you push the transmitter, and that door is going to latch and stay open until you tell it to unlatch. This mode here shows with a time clock or access control. So if you want to tie it into a time clock and have that trigger the relay at a certain time and then trigger the relay to turn off at a certain time, that's one option. And the last option is the same thing, latch mode, but without a time clock. So this would be simply walking up to your push plate, pushing the push plate, relay latches until it's told to unlatch by triggering the push plate again. Again, this is our Hive DX product. It is a really, really good product, like I said, at a really good price point, and something that all of our guys that are installing them are really, it allows them to do a lot more jobs just because the price point and the functionality is something that's good. Don't let this pigeonhole you into just thinking it's for ADA doors. You can put it on gates. A lot of gate systems could use something like this just simply because of the functionality and features that it has, and it's still a really well-priced receiver. Anybody have any questions on the Hive DX? Again, we went over it pretty quick, but you saw the functions and understand what it will do, and that's the important thing. So as you're going out to these jobs, you can understand the application, what you're looking at, and how the Hive DX will help. Okay, the next is the Nano. This has been a flagship product of ours for a long time. It works really well, and again, the price point is really inexpensive. This is and you should be able to see it on the screen here, the Nano. Okay, so when you see the Nano, you can see the size. It's an extremely small receiver, which we get compliments on the size of it all the time for ADA doors because people need it smaller sometimes for the places that they're putting it. But don't underestimate the size by detracting from the range at all. The range on our 433 line of products is extremely good, and we sell a lot of the transmitter module 433s for push plates along with this Nano receiver. This Nano receiver will do, you can see 433, 318, or 868 megahertz. It has a 5-year warranty, which is awesome. This one has one channel, And it does have an adjustable time hold up to 30 seconds, which is just a built-in feature that we have there. But this is great for ADA door applications. This is not outdoor rated. The Nano is not. It's for indoor use. But we do sell a lot of these simply because of the range, and we have a lot of guys using them, and a lot of guys really like them, and because of size. They're really small and easy to work with. Okay? And you can see our transmitters that we'll work with along with our transmitter modules. All of these are working with our 432 line of products. And again, this is a 12 or 24 volt AC/DC product. Any questions on the Nano? Looks like we have one question.
The question is, how much is the cost on those?
So for cost, we're not going to talk cost online right now. Please reach out to your sales rep, and they'll be able to give you the cost. But I can tell you, you'll be surprised. It is a really good cost. Any other questions on that? Okay. Yeah, we have a question on the DX. Let's get a microphone over there.
Okay, my question on the DX has to do with how it wires into an access control. I see that it does, as you said, that's for having the doors locked open at a certain time and then unlocked. Does that have like a data in, or is it just relays? How easy is that?
Yeah, so it would just be relays. So basically what you're going to do on an access control panel is, if you have the functionality in the access control panel to say, at 8 a.m., trigger relay 1, right? 8 a.m., the building unlocks. You can tie that relay into our relay on this. And it would say at 8 a.m., the relay on the access control panel trips, which will trip our relay, and then we'll latch that door open until it's told to unlatch. Similar to the access control of lock-unlock schedule that can be tied into our system just by the relays. Good question. Okay, let's move on to the Hive Mini. The Hive Mini is very similar to the Nano. The biggest difference with the Hive Mini is that this will be 900 megahertz. We've gotten a lot of questions and feedback saying that a lot of people are switching to the 900 megahertz. This is going to be our solution for 900 megahertz. The Hive Mini, again, is small, similar to the Nano. It's a little bit bigger than the Nano, which you'll be able to see here on the screen here soon. This will hold 1,000 memory as opposed to the 80 that the Nano will hold, and this is pre-wired. Those are basically the main difference, are the frequency. This one 900 megahertz, the Nano mainly being 433, although you can get it in 318 and 868. The memory, and then the size. It's a little bit bigger, but it's still a really good size. So we won't dive into this too much. Just know that this is going to be our single channel 900 megahertz receiver for ADA doors, and if you want gates or anything else. Anything that you need to trigger a relay. Any questions on that? Again, at a good price point. I said I wouldn't say that anymore, but I can't help myself. Okay, next we'll go to the Pulse Mini. This is actually a pretty unique product that's a little bit different than the other receivers that we've talked about. The other receivers are simply taking a relay, triggering a relay, and then allowing you to open doors or gates or whatever it may be. This is more of a conversion controller is what I'll call it, and a conversion relay. What I mean by that is, what this allows you to do is to make any Wiegand product, Wiegand 26-bit product, turn into a standalone product. So the application would be if you have a Wiegand card reader, or let's say our Dolphin card reader, Mullion card reader. What you're going to do is you're going to buy the Dolphin card reader or any Wiegand card reader, and you're going to buy this Pulse Mini. And then you can see the inputs that we have here. You will wire in your data 1 and your data 0, your ground, LED, beep, and power, all into the left side of the board, and then you're going to wire in your relay onto the right-hand side of the board, normally open, ground, normally closed. And what that does now is that you have 1,000 memory capacity on this board with a little remote control that can be programmed to say, okay, I have this Wiegand card reader. I know this person is going to want a Wiegand system in the future, but right now they just want this door standalone. I'll buy the Pulse Mini, plug my Wiegand in, and I will block enroll or individually enroll or block delete or individually delete cards. Now there's no tracking on this because this is standalone, but allows you to make any Wiegand device standalone. So an application I had about 3 weeks ago was our UHF reader, which outputs Wiegand 26-bit. That went on a gate, and this was put there because there was no access control system to tie into, so we put the Pulse Mini. My customer put the Pulse Mini out there, tied the UHF reader into it, stored, I think it was like 500 of the tags, and we were good to go, okay? And they didn't have to worry about an access control panel. So this is a really unique product that allows you as the installer to, a lot of times people say, oh, I just want one door, but I don't know if I want full access control right now. No problem. For really inexpensive, you can put a Wegen card reader on there, make it be standalone with this Pulse Mini, and go right ahead. And the UHF reader is a huge application. A lot of times they won't have full access control out of the gate, so you can do this and store 1,000 credentials all right here on this Pulse Mini. We have a question on that. Let's get a microphone over there, please.
Does it have the ability to block code, or do you have to do each individual unit itself?
Yeah, so you can block enroll or individually enroll. So if you wanted to, if you had a block of 1,000, you can enroll all 1,000 at a time. Or if you had a block of 200 and then you wanted to do some individual ones, you could block enroll the 200. Then you could do 5 individuals if you wanted, and then block enroll another 100, 200, whatever. So you can do block or individual enrollment on this. Okay? Any questions on that? And again, it does have an adjustable relay output time, so you can have that relay hold and program that in. No questions on that one? Okay. The next we're going to talk about some BeKey products. Some of you may be familiar with these, but we'll just go over these quickly. BeKey is a smart lock, residential smart lock, that allows you to put this on your door without changing out all of the hardware. The installation of this product is done extremely simply. You take the back part, the interior part, I guess I should say, of the deadbolt off, and using that same rod, you're going to put the BeKey over it, and now the thumb turn on the BeKey, which you can see here, simply opens and closes your door manually, or through the app on Android and iPhone. You now have a smart device where you can walk up to your door, open it with your phone, close it with your phone, and still use your mechanical key because nothing on the outside of the door has changed. The outside of your door stayed the same. The interior of your door has this BeKey lock on it. And we'll show a quick video here so you can kind of get a better idea of it. This is a marketing video, so it's a little cheesy, but just go with it.
You're probably like me. You've got a wife, kids, and a nice home, and you've also got one of these. Now, the key's pretty smart, and it does exactly what it's supposed to. It opens doors. But is it smart when the kids lose it? No. Then the lock has to be changed so that these guys can't get in while you're away. What about when others need access to your house? Or when you're going on a nice vacation and your mother-in-law's looking after the place? Then the key either has to be hidden or handed over or sent and of course returned. That's not so smart either, huh? That's why we're introducing BeKey. BeKey is a lock that communicates with phones. Just mount it on the inside of your door and BeKey can open it automatically. This means you can send keys with your phone. When someone needs access, they just open the app in front of the door and BeKey can unlock it. Do you want to pay for expensive locksmiths? I didn't think so. Give the kids the key to the house on their phone or tablet. If they lose it, you can delete the key through the app. And as an added feature, Mom can receive a notification on her phone when the kids get home from school. Pretty cool, huh? If your house needs renovations, you can send a key that only works on the days the workmen are there and within a specific time frame. These guys have access the next 7 days between 9 and 5, and when they're done, the key automatically deletes itself. If you have housekeeping or are thinking about getting it, you can also send a key that works on a specific weekday within a specific time frame. She has access every Tuesday between 10 and 2. It's Monday.
Okay, so just a quick video to kind of give you an idea of what this does. It is the popular things that are coming out are smart locks, and so we thought we'd join with the crowds, and this is our option for a smart lock. Again, the great thing about this is that nothing on the exterior of the door changes. You don't see anything. There's no special lights or anything like that on the exterior, so you can still use your key to to manually lock or unlock the door. But then you have the added feature of using your phone with the app, the BeKey app, able to control that and share keys and track and manage who's coming in and out. Any questions on the BeKey Smart Lock? Okay. The next BeKey product is the BeKey Orange Box. This is simply a smart relay using the same functions and features through the app that you kind of just saw in that video there. This is just a relay. So you can attach this to a gate operator, a garage door, a mag lock, a strike, anything where you just need a relay to trigger. You can put this on there, and now that system is controlled through your app. So I have one of these on my garage at my home. I drive up to the garage, open up my BeKey app, click open, and within about 5 to 7 seconds, my garage door opens, and through my app, I can track who's been coming and going, share keys if I'm not there, and really manage that. So the BeKey Smart Relay, we have one on one of our office doors where you can walk in and the manager is able to track and manage who's coming with their phone. But the BeKey Smart Relay is just a really nice smart option. If you have a simple application where, hey, I want to open my whatever it is, my door, my gate, or my garage with my phone, this is a good option to have that. There is no monthly fee for the private use app. The app is free and there's no monthly fee, so it allows them to have some nice functionality and features just for the cost of the hardware, which you can see here with the BeKey Smart Relay or the BeKey Smart Lock. Any questions on the Smart Relay? Looks like we have a question.
I have two questions. Going back to the smart lock, the BeKey Smart Lock, is that very easy to install on most residential and commercial doors?
Yeah, so it's just it's going to fit a standard deadbolt. I've installed it, so that means it's pretty easy. Simply, all it takes is removing the back piece of your deadbolt on the existing door, and then we have a little bracket, a little silver bracket that mounts using the same screw holes that are in your deadbolt now. That bracket mounts, and then this goes on top of that bracket. It's probably about a 30 to 35 minute installation, and then you're good to go.
Okay, and then on the switch, the BeKey switch, you may have answered this already. You can install, I heard you install it on your garage. You can put this on other doors too. It's just a simple switch, basically.
Yeah, it's just a relay. So you can put it on a garage door, a gate, mag lock, strike, anything that needs a relay to trigger.
Thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? Okay. Any questions on any of those smarter products? Again, one of the big ones, the one that I'm really excited about and our sales guys here are excited about, is the Hive DX. This really, for the price, has a lot of really good functions and features. For all of those receivers that our competitors sell that do everything, but you pay for every piece of that, this is ours. And we really give you a good deal on it. So I would test it and try it out. It's a really nice receiver with a lot of functions. And then the Nano is just a really, really good system. I'll have the camera guy show you our transmitter modules here real quick and our push plates. Not a lot to talk about with these, just showing you the options that we have. We have a variety of transmitter modules. We do a bunch of different frequencies. Our main frequency, and the one that we will always try to sell simply because the range is so good, is our 433 megahertz transmitter module. Again, these are going to go inside a push plate most of the time. But we also will have 900 megahertz to go along with that Hive Mini receiver that we showed you today. You can see we have a couple different ones here. So if I show you this one, one of the unique things about this, it's going to take AAA batteries, so your battery life is going to be longer than the standard. It's going to fit a little bit better, and you're going to get a little bit better battery life. But it also has a buzzer here, and what this does is it makes it so that when the battery is 25%, well, there's 25% left in the battery, when you push the push plate and activate this transmitter module, it will chirp to let you know that the battery is low. We do not have a continuous chirp on this. Hold on just a second. We have a question. I'm just going to finish my point here. We don't have a continuous chirp on this when the battery is low because that will kill the battery faster. So every time the push plate is pushed and the transmitter module activated, if the battery is low, it will chirp to inform you that it's happening. So your customer can call you and tell you that's what's going on. But you can just see these will take 9-volt batteries, but these are our transmitter modules. We sell a lot of these. People like the size and, again, the range and reliability in the 433 frequency. But we also do 300 megahertz, 310 megahertz, a bunch of different megahertz. Okay, let's go ahead and get to that question.
Is the terminal block on that removable?
Is the terminal block on what? I'm sorry. Can you maybe specify a little bit more? Okay, we'll wait to hear back on that and I can address that question a little bit more. Any other questions right now? Any questions on the transmitter modules or push plates? We have another question here.
Do all of the 433 transmitter modules work on all of the same receivers?
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
You showed 2 different 433 transmitter modules. Do they all work on the same receivers?
So the 433s are going to work, these 433s are going to work on the Nano as well as the Hive DX, yeah? So yes, they will. Looks like we have more clarification on the question asked previously.
So they want to know on the Hive if the terminal block is removable.
It is not, and I'll show it to you here real quick. I guess you could remove it if you yank it off the board. But no, it's not meant to be removed. It's soldered on there. But there is a hole here that's punched out so you can easily run your wires through there to get to that terminal block. And you can see, just real quick, the LCD display and then the potentiometer so you can go through and do your programming there and then the programming buttons. Okay, any other questions on any of those? Okay, let's go ahead and jump into the door hardware. These are the ones that we'll kind of move a little bit quicker through because you guys know what mag locks are and what strikes are. I just want to show you ours. Looks like we have another question.
To wire it, can you take the terminal block off to easily access it on the Hive as well?
I heard the question. On the Hive DX, no. The terminal block does not come off of the Hive DX. You can unscrew the board, so you can take the board out here, unscrew it and remove the board, or you can just pull your wire through here and then access the terminals that way. So there's 2 screws holding the board, a screw here and a screw here, and if you want to, you can unscrew those, take it out and wire it, and then pull your wire through this hole, or you can just pull your wire through the hole that way. Any other questions on those? Okay, let's go to more door hardware, I guess you could say. So we'll quickly show the door power transfer loops that we have. We have one for mortise mount, which you can see here. Simple mortise mount power transfer loop. And then surface mount, which is this one. Okay. And again, I know these are kind of boring, but it's always good to know that we have them. And then your standard heavy duty here, and just regular here in different colors, white, and then silver and a little bit different length. Again, these are very inexpensive options. We know everyone uses them on most of the jobs that they're doing automatic door-wise, and so we've got some options for you here. These are, I'll take one out of the bag. I know some guys like different styles, and I'll try not to hit myself in the face. You can see that this one here has a different pattern on the coil itself as opposed to this one. And this is just preference, but I know we have some installers that tell us they like ones over the others. So you can see the difference here in the give, but both the same end cap. And again, these will all be in our new 2017 price book for you to look at. Kind of boring, but we know you're using them, so we want to give you those options. Now we'll take a look at our electric strikes. We have 3 models of electric strikes. They're all very well priced, one of which we think we can really help you on because we know that rim strikes can be expensive. So let's go ahead and jump in to talk about the strikes here. The first strike that we want to talk about is our GK300, which is our basic standard strike. You can see the dimensions here of it. This is the strike that most guys are going to use when they're cutting into a door frame. They're going to use our GK300. This is 12 or 24 volt, 1,200 pound hold force, left or right-handed. Just a really simple, inexpensive, reliable strike that is also in the field. You can switch it to 12 or 24, but you can also switch it to fail-safe or fail-secure by a simple set screw. So you change the screw on the electric strike and it can be fail-safe, or fell secure, which is a nice function for you as the installer. The second one, again, this is our GK1270. This is our rim strike. Our rim strike is a little thicker than I know some of the competition. Ours is 3/4 inch thick, which you can see here, but it still works on most applications, and it is a really nice strike at a really good price point. We're pretty excited about this one. This is a newer addition to our line. I know we've got quite a few guys using them, and they really like them. Again, this is 1,200 pound hold force, fail safe or fail secure, switchable in the field with that same set screw. So that makes it really nice. And then you can see the dimensions there, but the thickness is 3/4 inch thick. Okay. Any questions on that? Again, this is a great, if you're installing rim strikes, reach out to if you're installing any strikes, reach out to your sales guy, but especially this rim strike, because I know we come in quite a bit lower than the competitor on this one. That's an expensive strike. Question?
If we were to order some of these strikes, is there a minimum, or can you sell one, or can we just have one or two
Good
shipped?
question. So on the strikes and maglocks, on most of our products, we do not have minimums. Transmitters are a little bit different. But on these, you can order one, try it, see what you think, and order one every day or one a month. We don't care. We just want to get them into your hands and have you using them. They are extremely reliable. So no minimums on anything that we're talking about today. But again, on the rim strike, that's an expensive piece of equipment from anyone, and we come in quite a bit cheaper than everyone else on that. Any questions on that? The third one is a more heavy-duty strike that you can see here with some different faceplate options. It comes with 5 faceplates included in the price of the strike. Again, this is more heavy-duty. It's a 1,200 pound hold force. These are all UL rated, like I've said, but just another option for you, and you can see the dimensions there. All of these cut sheets are available either on our website. If they're not on our website, they will be soon, or just contact your sales rep and they can send you some information. But again, we're excited about this. It's weird to say, but we're excited about the options of strikes that we have. We know you guys are installing a lot of them, so we want to be at the top of your mind when you're doing that. We have another question.
I see several of these products. Are most of them UL?
All of the strikes, all the electric strikes and all of the maglocks are UL, yes. And fire rated. Any other questions on those? Okay, it just keeps getting more exciting, I know. We're going to talk about maglocks, so contain your excitement. Again, when we were setting up this training, we knew this would probably not be one of the ones that was more of the exciting ones, but it's informative and it gives you guys options. Our goal is to help you save money and to not have to go back to jobs. That's our main goal. And these products are going to make it so that you can do both of those things. And so we just want to get the word out that we have them. Our first maglock that we'll talk about, we have 2 options in weatherproof maglocks. This is the first weatherproof mag. It's a 1,200 pound weatherproof mag. This can go outside. And then we have another one. Let me find the cut sheet where you can see where the coax comes out. We have another one here. So the one I showed you, the coax will come out the bottom or the top, depending on how you think of it. Here, it's not a very good picture. This one, it comes out the butt of it, which is really good for gate installations. But both of those options are weatherproof and can go outside, 1,200 pound, 12 or 24 volts. Okay. Besides that, these 2 are our most basic maglocks. You stick them on a gate outside, and then you're not going to have to worry about them because they're weatherproof, but there's not much more functionality to these ones besides that. So the weatherproof ones are basic, but they work really good. Now, one of the cool features that we have, this is our 600 pound double mag. We also have a 1,200 pound double mag that's just like this, but bigger. And all of our single mags, which are 1,200 pound and 600 pound options, come in the same style. So we have 2 styles, and the style that I'm showing you here is the one that I think installers like the best. This style of the NH series in both the single and the double, 12 or 600 pound, has a slide-in mounting plate that allows it for you as the installer to do installs more easily. So basically the way this works, and you'll see it on the camera, is you have a really small plate that you first mount to the door, okay? That makes it so you don't have to hold the maglock above your head to get the right drill holes or to hold it there while you mount it. All you have is a small plate, which I believe they just showed you on the screen. That mounts, and then you take your maglock and slide it right in there, and there's a secure set screw that makes it so it doesn't move. That is a very secure installation, and it's a really nice thing for installers to not have to worry about hoisting a mag lock above their head while they put the screws in and while they mount this thing to the wall. You put the slide mounting plate up, and then you slide your mag lock into it, secure it with the set screw, and you're done. Again, we have this NH series, this design in the 1,200 pound, the 600 pound, both double and single, okay? So let's see if I have a picture of the single with it. I don't, but just know that we have that slide-in plate. Just tell your sales rep, they'll have the part number for you, but you want the mag lock with the slide-in plate, 1,200 pound or 600 pound, single or double. Any questions on that one? It seems funny, but for installers, for you guys, I know things like that are a big deal, just making your life a little bit easier. Have another question.
Do you offer any mag locks with built-in receivers that are indoor?
We do, yep, and we'll talk about those in just a minute. These mag locks do not have built-in receivers. They have a buzzer alarm. They have the ability to set a time delay on the relay if you want it to hold for a certain amount of time, and a door status output. So I'll show you on these. These are not on the weatherproof ones, by the way. So with the price you're getting, and you can see at the bottom of this, and these are on both our double and our single indoor mags, you can see these two LED lights right here. These LED lights indicate to you or your customer if you have the door securely locked, if the door is closed and locked. If it's not, it will be red, or if it's locked, it will be red. If it's unlocked, it will be green. And that's just a quick way for you to be able to tell, your customer can tell. I know that's a big deal at hospitals if they need to tell if it's been a full secure magnet, and if it is, it'll be red. That means locked. If it's not, it'll be green. It also has a door position sensor, so in an access control system, you don't have to install a separate door position sensor. It's built right into those mag locks, okay? And then a buzzer. If the door's been held open for a certain amount of time, which you can set, that buzzer will go off, alerting you, okay? To go back to the question about the mag lock with the built-in receiver, this is our mag lock with the built-in receiver. It comes in 660, 880, or 1,100 pounds. It has our nano receiver built into it, our 433 megahertz nano receiver. So I know a lot of guys will install these and just want to use a transmitter to open it at a jewelry store or something like that. This is the option for that, where you don't have to worry about wiring a receiver in because the receiver's right in it, and then you can lock or unlock the door by pressing a wireless transmitter. Okay? So these mag locks and the strikes are extremely feature rich, especially for the price, and they're really, really good products. Like I said, I'll just show you this plate one more time. So you mount this plate, and this is extremely small. This is a 600-pound double, and then you go ahead and just slide that right into your mag, set your set screws, and then you're ready to go. Okay. Any questions on any of those? Okay, so hopefully, like I said, I knew this wouldn't be, actually I'm forgetting one thing before we finish, it's request to exits. So let's look at our request to exit buttons. Again, not the most exciting thing, but something that is on almost every access control or automatic door installation. You can see here with this cut sheet that I'm showing you, the different options of request to exit buttons that we have. Our PBB, which is a mullion mount. When you order these, you receive, if you look here, the far left picture, you're going to receive the stainless steel housing with the button and then nothing on it, but you get a packet of stickers so you or your customer can choose if you want a handicap signal, an exit button in green, or whatever you want. You can choose to put that sticker on. The PBB 106 is the same thing, just single gang mount. Again, you get the stickers and then it comes blank and you can put the stickers on. And then you can see the mullion style mechanical push and the single gang style mechanical push. If you want to get fancy, and again, these are priced really, really well. But if you want to get more fancy, we have our E-Wave series here. This is a wave to open, and when this is powered up, it'll light up really nice and look really clean. It looks almost like an iPhone when it's lit up. You can either wave and it will unlock without touching it, or you can push it in and it mechanically will unlock the door as well. So if the wave doesn't work, you can push and get that mechanically unlock the door. So this is a little more pricey than your standard push to exit, but you get what you're paying for in this because it looks really, really high tech and really nice. Okay. That is the products we wanted to show you. Again, not the most exciting lineup, but it allows you as the installer to see that we as a company, Transmitter Solutions, are really focusing on more and more on access control and ADA door installations and helping you save money and really just get on a job, install our equipment, and never have to go back and do it as easy as possible. So please reach out to your sales reps for any questions you have, especially prices. When you have questions on prices, reach out to your sales rep. We stock all of this stuff that you see here, so orders can ship out the same day, and it is extremely reliable. So any questions last minute before we let you all go? We'll stick around. We'll keep the screen on the automatic door hardware training screen. We'll stick around. Anybody wants to ask any questions, feel free to type them to us, and we'll read them. Thank you for your time.
The question is, can you get the E-Wave with different logos on it?
No, the logo that you saw there, the push or wave to exit, is the logo that we have on all of the E-Wave devices.